This is a certified hood classic.
There have been many great bounty hunter characters created over the years, such as Bishop from Marvel Comics, Jet from Cowboy Bebop, Boba Fett, and the man with no name. Bounty hunters are usually some cold individuals in any piece of media you're looking at, which is why in today's video, we'll be going over one of the best bounty hunter characters from the 90s, Lobo, and the time he cooked Cassie and Barbara with his 07 John Cena Resilience badge in Young Justice. So without further ado, my G's, let's get right on with the video. 3 police officers were ordering the main man Lobo to stand down. Unfortunately for them, the officers received the Injustice 1 hook special technique from Lobo. And just look at this menace, man. He looks too fire. Lobo is hands down one of DC's best characters. Lobo first appeared in Omega Men #3 in 1983. Was created by comic book legends Roger Slifer and Keith Giffen. Originally an obscure character in the 80s, Lobo was revived in the 90s as a bounty hunter who was a parody of certain heroes at the time, such as our boy Wolverine. Of course, this shift led to Lobo becoming one of DC's most popular characters of the 90s and a profiling character to this day. You know Lobo is that guy, as he was Stan Lee's all-time favorite DC character, rest in peace to the GOAT. Not to mention, Lobo is an absolute menace. The homie deleted his entire civilization to make himself the last Zarnian. Who does some sick stuff like that? At least Lobo cares for dolphins deeply, so that's a W right there. Lobo was in the middle of one of his Zarnian promos while the officers were trying to get Sang, the Secretary General of the United States, away from the brute. Lobo was like, yeah, y'all aren't pulling a Joseph Joestar technique on me, and broke through the entrance of the room. The remaining officer fires his Call of Duty LMG at Lobo, and them shots weren't doing a dang thing to this 90s badass. Also, look at this close-up shot of Lobo. I don't know about y'all, but besides the spiky hair look, dreads be looking fire on Lobo too. Lobo was like, my guy, are you firing bullets at me with my 07 Cena Resilience badge equipped? Before walking over to jam the gun, leading the poor officer to collapse on the ground. The salary for normal folks in superhero media must be a lot, because there's no way I'm ever going to try and get in the way of Hall of Fame individuals such as Lobo or Dr. Doom. That's an ass-beating signing right there if you ask me. Lobo starts speaking in Zarnian slang again as the bounty hunter prepares to capture the general. Sang tells Lobo he doesn't know what he wants, and Lobo's like, man, if you don't stop with your S-tier cap already. Lobo even spoke about putting on a show for the locals, and one thing about Lobo, y'all, is he knows how to throw hands. Whether it's in the comics against powerful characters such as Superman, Hal Jordan, or Captain Marvel, or in games like Injustice. Lobo tells the general to surrender or else he'll be sent to the afterlife. Sang, who was in his confused era, was asking about the contract and show, which led to Lobo deciding on deleting him for good. I was thinking, damn, this guy just cooked himself with that foolish response. Luckily, Cassie Sandsmark, aka Wonder Girl, pulls up just in time and minks Lobo straight in the stomach, resulting in a shockwave to occur in the building. Oh nah, man, Cassie got Lobo on one knee just like that. Now let's briefly pause the commentary to go over Cassie. Cassie is one of 3 main Wonder Girls in DC, the other 2 being Donna Troy and Yara Flor. Donna is my favorite out of the 3 for those wondering, but Cassie is also a main member of the Wonder family too. She was a big Teen Titans member during the 2000s, and of course, she's one of the most well-known members of the Young Justice team. Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, swoops in and informs Cassie she'll take the general to safekeeping, while Cassie deals with Lobo in a 1v1. Cassie was like, I bet, and posted up ready to mink Lobo again. Lobo looks at Cassie, and you can tell our boy is annoyed with these heroes. Lobo was hoping to enjoy some cool cash, now he gotta worry about dealing with a B-tier hero and an A-tier hero. Foul work right there. Lobo gets up and walks towards Cassie as Cassie minks him in the face while attempting to spit more trash, only for the main man to grab Cassie by the face with an 05 Vilgax style and toss her away into a wall. Lobo calls Cassie a Kisi femme, which means annoying girl, and walks away to continue his mission of capturing the Secretary General. Nearby, Barbara and Sang run out of an elevator and get launched away from Lobo's landing. Barbara, realizing she's got to activate her Bat Family plot armor hacks, throws a smoke bomb at Lobo, allowing for her and the general to escape. This agitated Lobo greatly. Like, look at the homie's face. My guy wants to get back to hanging out with dolphins and women in outer space. Barbara continued running alongside Sang as Lobo pulled out the signature Scorpion technique in hopes of getting the general. My guy was this close to having his head launched off Mortal Kombat style. Lobo walks out and doesn't know he's about to be on the receiving end of a silent takedown as Cassie flies right behind the main man and knock him on his back. Cassie tells the 100 overall bounty hunter they weren't done with their fight while posting up like she's Riley Freeman from the Boondocks. Lobo at this point was done with the B-tier heroes meddling and called her a Kizzy Femme again. Cassie was slightly annoyed at being called a Kizzy Femme, and I'm just like, hey Cassie, at least this menace didn't call you a bastard, am I right? Lobo launches the first punch and receives a shoryuken for his troubles and a kick, resulting in the man being sent back. Cassie decides to utilize her lasso special move on Lobo, which turns out to not be a smart idea for the young hero, as Lobo pulls her with the same strength levels as the gorilla in his throwdown with Bugs Bunny to mink Cassie into the top of the building. Straight up cooked her, my goodness. Barbara is flabbergasted at seeing her homegirl get cooked right in front of her and immediately tells Sang to sprint as soon as she attacks Lobo. Barbara glides over to Lobo and places a solid snake explosive on Lobo. Lobo was like, girl, if you don't get out of here already, and just as he glances down at his collarbone area, he was blasted away by the device. Lobo looks back and sees Cassie trying to perform another silent takedown on him, so Lobo ducks and grabs Cassie by her leg. Oh, you already know what Lobo is about to do to Cassie. The main man is about to have her spinning like a goddamn helicopter. Lobo spins Cassie and launches her away into a recovering Batgirl. Straight up turns both of them into Chelsea Green. Elite work right there. Lobo jumps in front of Sang, and I was thinking it's time for our guy to join the afterlife, huh? Lobo tells Sang it's time to be deleted, Crollo, while Barbara and Cassie are looking on like, Lobo, don't you dare do that. Lobo sets up Sang in the Goro fatality position pose as the main man starts ripping him apart. Yuck. All the girls try and stop him. By the time Barbara and Cassie got to Lobo, they realized it was a Crollo masquerading as Sang all along. Lobo holds up the Crollo and tells the heroes his contract is complete as he signals for his Space Hawk to pull up. Lobo tells the two Kizzy Femmes the Earth is their world and he jumps on his Space Hawk to escape. The main man even made sure to trap the little guy in so he couldn't escape, but man, this is one of my favorite scenes from Young Justice. Lobo is such an amazing character in my opinion. Lobo was one of DC's most popular and best-selling characters of the 90s. Like, he was so huge at one time that he actually squared off against Wolverine in a 90s DC Marvel crossover event. Of course, he lost the matchup, but that's still an amazing achievement nonetheless. Lately, DC has been putting Lobo in modern DC stuff as well, such as animated properties, and I believe he's even in a Superman arc right now in the comics. Also, I'm really hoping that Jason Momoa gets casted as Lobo in the DC universe by James Gunn whenever they decide on bringing Lobo in that universe, because that'd be such a fire casting right there in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on Lobo down in the comments below, and the next videos coming out will be the Hall of Fame Aura videos part 1 and part 2. And I'm also thinking about doing a video where we go over who was the coldest Robin that Batman ever had out of Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, and Damian Wayne. They're gonna be some good videos, my G's. Anyways, if y'all enjoyed the video, consider hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel. I also got an Instagram now if y'all want to follow on there, as well as a TikTok, though the TikTok might get banned very soon because, you know, it just got passed, but who knows what will happen. But as always, I hope y'all continue a nice week, and I'll catch y'all for the next videos. Voro on me out.